he could step out that door and gallop right now. Oh, sorry, 1 sec. How's that? I was just saying there a moment ago that I always say the warm-up is for the rider. The horse was born warmed up, right? Which means he can step out the door and gallop up the paddock. But we need to tune into him. So the warm-up is for the rider. So if you take your time, even practice that looking at the roof. Practice that whole, thinking about sitting on his hips, because that's something that we're going to work on today. And then if you look back to your horse, keep that awareness of sitting on his hips. That's good. And just practice a little bit of flexion with the inside. So the system that I want you to think about is that you're going to need to control his posture, meaning that he yields to your reins. He doesn't have to be light, just has to yield, but we want to have him in balance. So his balance, a bit like a table, is over 4 legs, right? So you're going to feel like I need him to balance over 4 legs like it's a table, right? So that's sort of the feeling, like you feel 4 corners. So when we do trot, it's going to be that you're really aware of these 4 corners. The next thing that we're going to work on is the line. So the line of where you're going. So the line, I always say, we'll keep the patterns really simple. I think we'll keep it a big circle, like a big circle at that end, a big circle in the middle, and a big circle at this end. And then long sides, diagonals, and that's pretty much it. So no need to make any smaller circle than the full size of the arena. And then go like one circle, then the long side, circle in the middle, then the long side, circle at the end. And keep the pattern simple, and then focusing on guiding his shoulders between your hands onto the circle line and riding it like it's a tightrope. So you're balancing him on all 4 legs and you're keeping him on the line. And then the last thing is the pace. Now he really doesn't need you to help him trot because he goes by himself. He's self-motivated. And it's just going to be keeping you in your rhythm. So as soon as you feel him speed up, you're going to be like, wait, no, slow down, wait. Right, when you're ready, we just got someone coming in the door.
1 sec.
Just 1 sec. Yep. Okay, so then we'll try again. We'll start trotting.
Oh, you're good. I was just trying to get her transition before Fenway walked in the picture.
Daggy trot is the beginning trot, doesn't have to be big, just has to feel like you're relaxed, and this is great. I always think like when if I ever go for a run, which is very seldom, I start really small like this. And it's the same thing for you. Oh, 1 second.
My red tries to take off every time.
No, for some reason that's not work. Oh, actually, 1 second.
Make sure this.
Yeah, we're a little neurotic about that.
Yeah. Can you hear me on your end?
Yes.
I can't hear you on my end.
Oh, is her thing on? Do we know?
Let me just change that.
Daddy wants multitasking.
Right, let's start to ramp it up. So long side, nice forward and push.
Any chance that Zoom meeting recorded?
No, because you have to. No.
You have to select it.
Yes. Sorry.
That's fine.
I think also next time we could use Google Meet because we
Teams
could.
or whatever.
No, Teams different. Teams is not good. Google Meet, I think is like free for unlimited time,
Okay.
so we wouldn't have to do the same thing, and I'm pretty sure it records.
Galant is awful crackly.
in the same direction. And then we can start to maybe ask for even more. That's really very good. So we've got ourselves to work control. So the idea is to be able to find your work control. So once your direction's working, you go on the side, okay, and now feel like it's working. Again. And then we'll go short diagonal again. Good job. Let's go outside track. Good. Next wrong side again. Ask him for more. Come on, buddy. Yep, next wrong side again. So go on, get more energy. Let's do it. Go. Keep touching with your feet. That's good. Keep going. This is work control. Good job. So we're going to do 1 or 2 rounds like this, and I think because it's sort of afternoon, he's been moving around all day. What we'll do is we'll come back to walk, and then we may as well start with a walk counter, because what I'm seeing is him pretty subdued, right? He's quite sort of chilled out and relaxed. I want to see if we can bring that to the canter, into this hot seat canter. So when you're ready, let's prepare to walk. We're going to use a voice aid. That's it. Walk. Good job. Okay, let's pick up the contact. In your walk canter, you've done walk canters before, haven't you? Yeah. So again, touch them with your leg. Now, in the walk canter, take your time. Once you put your leg on, ask him, but when I want you to take a look at the roof first and feel like you're on his hips. And when you go to canter, really stay sitting on his hips and try to be really balanced. Good job. Super. We're just going to stay on the circle down here.
Let me check my growth.
Yep. And we'll try and go walk canter.
And I do tend to like walk canters better than shot canters because I have more control over my seat initially.
Yeah.
And then if I lose the canter, I can't get back.
Yeah, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think walk canters are better. It just gets you into canter, and a good walk canter will often be the best canter you'll have. You know, it's the real beginnings of collecting canter. So take your time. We'll put our legs in position. Mark specific degree to asking. That's it. And then you're ready to walk. Good job, come on. Good job. Yeah, very good. Just sit on top of his hips and relax your back. Good job. Now remember, don't help him too much with your leg. Remember, if he stops cantering, that's when you start riding. Again, ask him to wait, control. I mean, is this normal, this canter, for you?
I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying to get it.
No. I was expecting him to run off.
No, he's a good boy. He's a super good boy.
Okay. All right, well that looks good to me. So So let's come back to trot. Voice aid. Good. Yeah, I was expecting this sort of like shot out of a gun.
He anticipates, like he knows the difference between how I ride and how good riders ride, and he knows what I want, and he tries really hard to do it.
Okay.
So he has brakes even though I have a hot seat.
Yeah.
He's good boy.
But I'm not seeing the hot seat. So that's good.
Oh, and this is even my bad lead.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, well, you're doing a good job because you're completely opposite to what I was expecting. So
Okay.
let's take the reins up again. Let's just now continue to do a bit more.
Yeah,
So I was
'cause the more I
expecting to
do,
sort of
I
have to
might
go
lose it.
through way more half halts and get him listening to you more.
Well, if I go on the wrong side, I might have to.
Yeah, so well basically there, ultimately when he's in this canter, I want you to remove pressure. The moment he changes something like running away or dropping into trot, I want you to correct it and then disappear again. So it's either going to be a half halt that says wait. Now, just before you do, with the half halt, I want you to think about your shoulders. Imagine those reins are tied to your shoulders. So if those reins are tied to your shoulders and you sit up and go wait, you want to feel like he draws back to you. So that's the half halt. So when you're ready, we'll count. Yep, good job. So now, let's start to do a series of 10-meter circles and straight lines. So let's go, first of all, we might just move it a little bit. Just make a 10-meter circle, let's go alongside. Make a 10-meter circle somewhere. Again, sit up, go faster. A 10-meter circle. Turn shoulders. That's good. Keeping him underneath you. Look at your horse, no faster. Yep. And don't push him forward. Don't push him forward. Yep. Yep. Yeah, okay. So back to walk. Yep. Let's pick up canter again. Now, I don't want, if you feel like he's going to stop cantering, don't feel like you've got to push him forward. Actually ask him to wait. Because what he's doing there is he's getting long. And we'll make the circle a little bigger than 10 meters, but let's do that again. So when they get long, they actually lose a little bit of balance, and if we ride them forward, they go more off balance. Let's make it 10 meters. Keep him back underneath you in the half halt. That's better. That's better. Give him a look. Give him a look. No. Exactly. He's not allowed to just drop into trot when he wants. Straight, and then again, let's make a 10 meter. Turn. Very good. Now wait again. Wait. Exactly, that's right. Now that's him learning. Go large. That's him learning. That's all right. Now I don't mind how ugly that gets because that's training. Voice and then canter again. So every downward transition has the voice. Good job. But he's also got to learn to canter by himself. So when he doesn't, you can make a circle slightly around us if you want. When he doesn't canter by himself, when he actually then drops out of it, then be there to correct it. Good job. So now we'll go large again. Let's do again a series of 10 meter circles. Good. Just a moment. Turn. We're keeping them together on the half halt. So it's the half halt that keeps him together. Give him a kick. Give him a kick. Just I want you to look more at your horse. Look at him. Focus on him. Now let's make the circle slightly bigger. Same again. Flexion and bend. Turn. Circle. Again. Sitting up. And look at him. Look at him. There. Good. Feel that he's round. Exactly. Straight line. Good. Let's go and make another small circle somewhere. Good. Exactly. Then again, right. Good job. Now, next long slide, we'll come back to trot. And I'm going to get you to use your voice aid to trot. Right? It's going to be a little like signal. That's okay. Yeah, good job. He'll figure it out. Let's get rising. And be like, energy. Pop, 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 pop. Contact. Come on, buddy. A bit more contact in the reins. Come on, buddy. Come on. Bit more energy. Very good. That's good. Contact in the range. So take even pressure both snuffles. That's it. Good morning here again. Really steady hand. Steady hand. Good job. Okay, when you're ready, we'll go down the center line, if you can find a way there, if there's not going to be a collision. Maybe going to pull it. Very good. And then we're going to leg heel back to your left, towards me. So off your right leg. Turn your shoulders straight, neck straight, neck square, exactly. Leg, right leg. More square, knee square, right square. Everything in, good job, roll. Yes, good job, yep. Have a break, have a breather. The collective counter that I want you to feel like you can counter all day in, is the one you would do the testing, the dressage test. And that looks pretty good. Of course, the hardest thing to do sometimes is to sit still and disappear.
Yeah.
Like the whole disappearing, like where you go, I relax, and the horse keeps going by itself. So that's the hardest thing. That's it. So keep your contact. Let's go large. Yeah, come on, mate. Now, I want you to feel like you can wrap your lower leg around him a little bit. You feel like it's almost like you're feeling his body like it's a barrel. That's it. That's it. A little more push. Asking for a bit more energy. Good job. Even a little bit more. Just a fraction quicker. That's good. Yep. So I want you to feel working trot. Now again, when he gets a little bit in the contact there, flex him a little left, get him a little more through the reins. Again, somebody, in front. That's it. Good. Keep the lower legs around him just a little bit. Super. Let's change direction. So go diagonal. So look for your line, and again, ask him for that little bit more pushing the working trot. Just a little bit. Very good. Yep. And we'll go large. Good job. 20-meter circle. And then, if you like, start to just work on a little bit of positioning. So maybe a little shoulder fore in the circle. Now again, before you do, let's think a little bit about the guiding of his shoulders to the inside from the feeling between both reins. Think also about the line of your leg. So if he stays in the line of your leg, we'll go large. And again, a bit more energy, good job. And feel when you put him into this position of shoulder fall, see if he relaxes rounder in both reins. So left leg, neck straight. Good job, that's good. Look at your horse, reward him when he does. Good job. Then back to straight and a little bit more trot again. Because you want to be able to use shoulder fore, even the lightest version of shoulder fore, as a rounding tool. But they let go over their back, long side, one more time. And again, shoulders to the side, and your hands. Good job, that's great. And not too much neck bend. Look between his ears. Good, a little bit more trot. Yeah, great job. Center line. Now, once you get on the center line, I want you to go straight into the knee. So Parbery is where you ask him to look left and quarter. So, say for example, you're going to the right now. If you rode Parbery down the long side, what it would mean is he looks down the track. He has his hind to the inside, and he's on 4 tracks.
Okay, so it's that bends to the outside?
That bends to the inside.
Oh, inside. Okay.
That's it. Flexion to the right. It could be the same as haunches in, but have a look at that. I thought haunches in was more straight and Travia was more bend. So I'm not sure what's haunches in. Like, do you guys have haunches in the tests?
I always thought Travere and Hunchison are the same.
Same thing.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I might have made that up.
Do you guys call that haunches in the test?
In the test, it's called Travere.
Yeah.
Travia. Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
And then we have Travere and Rondere in our
Yes.
test.
Yeah, good. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's flexion right, shoulders are on the track, quarters are in. Yeah. No, just go this way. I'll go to trot. That's good. Energy. Let's ride Travia on the long side. Let's now go on the center line. So then aiming back to this left corner. Aiming back to this left corner. Exactly the same as our keep your position. Now we're going to ride Travia long side. And next long side.
I don't put a cover on.
That's it. Good job, Travia. Do a flexion left. Out to the back. And the flexion. Good job. And that's the feeling. So when you unload this Travia garden, once your hand towards me, I want you to feel like you travel.
Stephen Johnson's reactions to it. Yeah,
That's it. So just do a big circle. So that's the whole thing, right? Is now as you're getting fitter and riding more, like work through those exercises because he knows them, and you're really pulling off the little push. Same things we were doing before. Flexion to the inside. That's good. Just get that really good control of the neck and back. A little bit more push again.
I got hives to
That's good. Push it out. Good job there. And we'll change direction one time. Exactly. So the idea is that you're always just gently working at something. You're working at control over frame, you're working at line, you're working on a little bit, the pace control. That's it. You do a big circle left and neck straight. You see how the reason for the neck straight is because he's wanting to turn his neck left. So you're just counteracting what he wants to do. Yep. Rising, good job. Big circle, then we'll come back to walk. Good job. That's good. All right, and then when you're ready, we'll walk. Well done. Well, I was expecting you.